Hi, I'm Erin Pavlina, here again with Kevin.
Hi, Erin.
Hi. And we've got another question from a reader. What is the question?
This question is from Gretchen, and she asks, you talk about God being the source. Do any of the deceased say anything about Jesus?
That's a good question. I can only talk about my experience. So, yes, I don't like the word God because it comes with a lot of religious connotation. So I refer to the consciousness of the universe as source. And I believe that we as souls are living tendrils of source energy, and that source has spawned us as souls or higher selves to experience physicality and to experience life in the ether. So that is my definition of source and what has created us, or how we kind of got here. When I have done readings for people and I'm connected with their deceased relatives, I have not heard anybody talk about Jesus. However, that does not mean that it's not happening. I certainly have not spoken to every deceased person. And I think that I have encountered a Christ-like energy on the other side that is extremely loving. It's almost overwhelmingly love. It's so bright you can't even handle it. You can't fathom it, but it's very peaceful. But I don't want to attach that to the name of a person that people idolize and worship that may or may not have been on earth. I've also had some people who have spoken to me about their near-death experiences, and some of them have said, I was expecting to see Jesus, and I didn't. And that's interesting. So far, I have not heard somebody say they did. But that doesn't mean it's not happening.
So in all of your conversations and experiences with people on the other side, can you intuit or divine anything about the nature of spiritual leadership or spiritual development? Or is there any, have you figured out anything about that?
I do believe in something called the Ascended Masters, who are energetic beings that are from Source, some of whom have taken a physical incarnation and some of whom have not. And these are beings that, with my understanding, is they guide the planet as a whole. They guide our processes as spirits. They kind of hold the intention of what is created. I don't want to say plan, but they monitor, they create, they monitor, and they nudge and guide. So that's like the highest level of conscious spiritual leadership, except for Source itself, who I have found does not involve itself in the daily affairs of man. But the Ascended Masters do. And then from there you have angelic energies, you have souls, higher selves, that then spawn or become spirit guides, stuff like that. And there's some kind of hierarchical structure, but it may not be exactly what people are imagining.
And let's see, to what extent do you think people who've passed over concern themselves with their spiritual development? That's
a great question, because I also want to say that when I do connect with a deceased person, they're not talking about their experience with Source or Ascended Masters or angelic beings. They're just talking about loved ones. They're talking about things that mattered to the people here, and they don't share a lot with me about their experience. However, I do recall a few people that they were so fascinating to me as spirits that even when my reading was over, I stayed connected to them and had a little chit chat about, so what's it like up in the ether? What are you guys doing up there all day? And there's experiences, philosophies, communions, getting together, sharing knowledge and wisdom, sharing experiences. And that seems really cool to me. And they travel, they go outside, they look in on Earth, they go outside of Earth, they're in the astral, they're all over the place, and they're having the time of their lives, so to speak. And that seems very promising and very interesting, and I'm looking forward to it.
So they didn't indicate that they're frustrated that they don't meditate enough?
Up there now.
Okay, good. That'll be nice to get rid of.
Yeah. Great question. Thank you so much.